Hi, Jeff Burke here from Broadband Forum. We're here in the Q3 meeting in Milan, Italy, and I'm here with Tim Carey. Tim Carey, one of our distinguished fellows, as well as the leader of our Open Broadband Access Abstraction project. And so, how you doing, Tim?
I'm doing great.
Good, good.
It's been a good week.
Well, it's been a good year so far, I think, with regard to we call it the OB-BAA project,
Yeah.
right? But basically, there's been a lot of momentum both leading into this meeting and I believe traction gained at this meeting already.
Yeah, so this year we actually produced our second release in February that we talked about before, I believe, and since then we've actually made a new release of the product. We did a minor release, and this was actually in support of some of the other organizations that asked for some of the stuff that was part of the BAA product, and so we produced a minor release to allow for the Netcon server that we use within the platform to be used by another open source organization. And then we also had some changes that we put in place so that we can do the Broadband World Forum demonstration. So there was some things that needed. So yeah, it's been a quite exciting a year as we continue maturing that open source project.
Well, speaking of Broadband World Forum, I know that that's going to be a pretty seminal event for us here coming up for a couple of reasons. Last year we had a hugely successful demonstration of broadband access abstraction overall. This year we've really stepped it up in a number of different ways. One, it actually is not only BAA, but also Cloud CO, and certainly demonstration of a broader set of application and functionality. And then we also have a number of service providers that really have gotten to the mix here with the overall demonstration itself.
Yeah, so what we did was we've always said that the broadband abstraction layer, right? Access abstraction layer is just a piece of the puzzle of the Cloud CO. So last year when we demonstrated what it means to have broadband access abstraction by doing multi-vendor integration, this year we're taking that one step further where we're actually integrating it into a Cloud CO solution. And what we had done is we'd taken some work from other open source bodies, the ONAP body that did the broadband services that incorporates ONAP as the domain orchestrator within the Cloud CO ecosystem. And we added in some vendor products for like the Access SDN Manager and Controller, and we added in some additional open source for the Edge Manager and Controller, and then we had the Open Broadband BAA layer that was an open source, and then we had 3 different vendors come in to be part of this that were showing the same use case across 3 different vendors. So we're making it multi-vendor, but not only multi-vendor, but it's multi-technology from the standpoint of some of the vendors' equipment uses, say, NetConf, Yang. Others use SNMP. So it's really showing the different, the flexibility of the access layer in the larger context of Cloud CO. And the operators see that. So we have operators from Swisscom, who was the originator of the application note. Thank you, Swisscom. Really, thank you. And then Telecom Italia and BT are all sponsors of this work that we're going to be doing in the World Forum.
Well, I know that one of the other unique aspects of this, too, is that we'll be actually leveraging the Open Broadband Labs and the Open Broadband Lab initiative to actually have that extra added uniqueness in terms of what we're actually delivering here.
Yeah, we actually have, within the Broadband Forum, we have 3 open broadband labs. We have labs in Asia and in Europe and in North America. And this demonstration is actually using 3 different locations to pull this thing off. And we did that on purpose, right? Because we wanted to show what a cloud environment's going to look like, right? And so we have infrastructure on the show floor. We'll have infrastructure that's in the labs environment in Europe, and we have pieces of the puzzle that are also in the lab environment in UNH, and it splits it across. And so all those 3 locations kind of mimic what you would see in a provider network, where you have a central location, you have the central office, and then you have the remote side. So it worked out pretty well that we were getting everyone involved because everyone wanted to be involved, and we just worked it out, and it's working pretty well.
Well, it's interesting. To me, it's really an interesting transformation from concept to reality.
Yeah.
Last year, you really pretty much had a proof of concept, right? And now not only have you made it reality, but you're leveraging multiple labs from multiple parts of the world to deliver it, and service providers actually being involved in both the planning and in sharing the value that they think that they're going to extract from this.
Yeah, if you think about it, there's 2 labs, 4 vendors, and 3 service providers that are pulling this off. So you can't get much more of a mix than that, I guess.
No, it's definitely really an impressive project. And I guess part of this will be I think we have some speaking sessions at Broadband World Forum that will be walking through with a lot of these players exactly how the demo is working and what they think the impact of the industry will be. And so, really looking forward to that as well. So if folks are thinking about this, October the 15th will be the debut of the demo, and these base workshops that will be the planning sessions or the places where we actually share what these are going to be doing in Amsterdam at Broadband World Forum. Before we leave, I wanted to just give the opportunity, Tim, to talk a little bit about where does broadband access abstraction and its relation to the OB labs as well as Cloud CO go from here? What are the next things that you have on your horizon?
Well, if you think about it, what we've built is something that's what I refer to be as foundational, right? That we can grow out of and we can extend. And so, I'm thinking for next year, things that we can kind of show the industry is the incorporation of maybe the premises pieces of it with our USP, standardization, and we can also deal with some of the more of the artificial intelligence and machine learning aspects of it, to where we do closed loop troubleshooting. Those are the things that I'm trying to look for next year. I think again we've got the foundation now, and we can build and just envision what we want to envision on this. It's going to be great.
Exciting. I imagine that we'll see as well the labs start to pick up in terms of really taking some of these use cases and turning them into real deployments.
Yeah, it gives the labs an idea that they can take a particular application note, which is what this one was, and then they can use another application note and another application note, and suddenly you have a catalog. And so I think this is a seminal point to where this is going to be a lot of fun, that we can do a lot of offshoots of different projects.
Well, congratulations to you and the team for pulling this all together. We're really looking forward to its debut here at Broadband World Forum.
Yeah. And it's not me; it was the team. Really, it was a team of 7 different companies or so, and it's just amazing.
It's quite an orchestration for sure.
Yes.
At any rate. Tim Carey here speaking with me about OB-BAA and Cloud CO and really what we have coming up on the horizon. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. And this is Jeff Burke signing off from our Q3 meeting in Milan.